America. On today's episode of My Wife's Going to Divorce Me Because I Have a Facebook Marketplace Addiction, I went and bought a 1974 Cushman Trackster. I was bored the other night, got on Facebook Marketplace, saw this bad mamma jamma right here. I was like, oh, I gotta have that. Now, in the pictures, it looked a lot bigger. Like, I thought it was gonna be the size of a bulldozer. And then I get there, and it's the size of a go-kart. But it's still really cool. And it's 50 years old. This has to be one of the first side-by-sides ever made. If not, it's got to be the first side-by-side with tracks ever made. Now, me and Bobby drove 6 hours one way to Chattanooga, Tennessee to get this bad mamma jamma. And it is in really good shape. To be 50 years old, this thing is pristine. This is a rare little vehicle, because I looked all over Facebook Marketplace, and this is the only one that I could find. Now, it's got 33 horsepower, okay? On something this small, that's a lot of power. But these ain't like regular horses, okay? These is like Shetland ponies that are full of anabolic steroids. Now, with this thing being 50 years old, I was thinking to myself, the suspension has got to be stiff as a board. I was actually really surprised. We went rolling through the bushes in this thing, and it is very nimble. I rolled over a log. It was that big. I thought, man, this is going to rock my cerebellum. No, it was like a caterpillar, just creeping over that log. I didn't even feel it. Oh, I'm going to go ahead and warn y'all. You might want to turn your volume down a little bit when I crank this thing up, okay? It is loud. I'm talking like I could probably hold an angle grinder beside my ear for an hour, and it wouldn't damage my hearing as much as riding in this thing for 10 minutes. Now, as you can see, some Giner added seatbelts, because we all know back in 1974, this thing didn't come with seatbelts. Nah. It really didn't even come with this roll cage, okay? When you's riding around in the bushes in this thing, if it flipped, you better hope to God you can get it off, buddy. You know, that's it. I mean, that's where you're going to be buried at, right there. Now, I just want to say that I was kidding about seatbelts being for Giners, okay? Smart people wear their seatbelts. In vehicles or whatever you're driving, wear your seatbelt, okay? And in this thing here, I'm going to wear a helmet, all right? I have a very precious cranium, okay? I'm gonna wear my helmet. Now, as y'all can see here, this is my control column. It's pretty simplistic, okay? This here, this is my steering wheel, all right, or my steering stick. All you do is go forward to go forward. You hit that little button right there, you press down, you going backwards. You wanna go left, you tilt her left. You wanna go right, you tilt her right. Now, this sucker right here is very sensitive, okay? I mean, you ain't even gotta barely press it. She done took off, and your skull has done hit this metal right here. So you gotta be real easy with it, all right? It's like a woman's emotions. You push too hard, they go crazy on you. All right, I do believe that is enough of the talking. It is now time to take this old 1974 Cushman Trackster out to my buddy's 1,500-acre farm, and let's see what she's made of. We're gonna do some all-terraining, show these little fancy side-by-sides. They ain't got nothing on this 50-year-old Cushman Trackster. Ignition, engage. Look at it, first turn. So not only did I get this Cushman Trackster because it looks cool, I also got it because I have always wanted one of them rip saws. You know, like Cletus McFarland's got. But I cannot afford one of those. So I got this. This ain't a rip saw. This is a jigsaw right here. It's like just a miniature 50-year-old version of the rip saw. Still cool though. what y'all think about that? I ain't gonna lie, that surprised me. I didn't know if this thing would be able to creep over it, and if it did, I thought it was really just gonna sit me down real hard, you know? This sucker climbed over that thing like it was a black mamba, just creeping through the bushes. I must say, the old Wish version of the Ripsaw here has been very impressive. To have a 33 horsepower lawnmower engine with this little thing on tracks, and I'm going through everything. Anything that nature's throwing at me, I'm going through it. So now, we gotta up the ante. We gotta make it more difficult. So we have tested the agility of the old Cushman Trackster here a pretty good bit. Now we need to see if it's amphibious. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see if we can find some mud hoes. See if she can crawl right through them. So we have tested out the Trackster's all-terrain capabilities. Now, we're gonna see how much pulling power it's got. You remember this old girl here? That is my first Ford Festiva. She's been sitting over here for a while. And we're gonna see if the old Trackster here got the power to pull it out. Here we go. You see that? This old Trackster just pulled that little Festiva out like it wasn't nothing. Okay? Now you can say what you want to. I know the Festiva's light, but Bobby's Ford F-150 couldn't pull that Festiva out. Okay? The Trackster just did, like it wasn't no problem. Now the whole reason I pulled the Festiva out is to see if the Trackster can climb on top of it. Now, me and Bobby did not realize that the Festiva sits so high. We was thinking it was sitting a little lower, but that's all right. We're still gonna try it, because this little sucker here, it has overcome every single obstacle. Things that I didn't think it could do, it did. It's the little engine it could. So we about to climb on up on the Festiva there. Yes, that was gunshots, okay? You out in the country, all right? Ain't nobody getting murdered. It's just rednecks shooting guns. That was a mission failure. Still very impressive for a 50-year-old vehicle, okay? Overall, this thing's way cooler than any side-by-side. I've had more fun on this thing than I ever did my UTV. Well, it's been fun, but now it's time to take this bad boy back to the shop for its next transformation. That's right. Our new project will be coming up soon. God bless y'all. I love you.